It's 6:30 a.m. over here in Australia, so don't mind me. I'm a little tired, so if I slur a bit, that's I haven't been
I can
drinking.
imagine. It's all good. I wouldn't blame you otherwise. So that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Well, firstly, let's talk about the new album, I the Mask. Now, I just want to say I've been listening to this album the last few days in the car, and I really love this album, man. I think it's one of my favorite In Flames albums so far. I just, love all the, melodic songs on it. I love the song I Am Above. Can you tell us about the album? Is there a concept behind the title of the album? And can you tell us about the kind of musical direction you went on this one?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's recorded between February and May in LA last year. Me and Björn went over and we worked with Howard Benson and his team once again. We didn't have much with us, honestly, when we came to LA. We said we was going to start from scratch and see where it takes us. And we never have huge plans, honestly, when it comes to our music. It's because we don't write on the roads. We never really have. And therefore, I think all the albums sounds a little bit different from each other. Even though it still sounds like In Flames. The only thing we talked about for this one, because I felt like Battles, our previous album, was a little bit laid back when it came to the production, and I want to have more emphasis on the guitar. So we said, okay, let's focus more, get the guitars a little bit more in the forefront, in the production, in the mix, and therefore we talked to Chris Lord Alge to mix the album, because it's really good when it comes to that type of production. And that's the only thing we said, really. And then we just started writing whatever we thought was good that appeared on the album, whatever we thought sucks and did not. That's quite simple, And musically, the inspiration, there's nothing we can pinpoint, really. There's nothing around us musically these days. I mean, there are tons of good bands, of course, but nothing that inspire us to write what we do. I think we are inspired by the things that we heard when we were young. The first few albums that we heard that, struck a chord within. Those albums still stands. Björn is the bands that he heard from the beginning: Deep Purple, Rainbow, Dio. That stuff. That's still what he's inspired with when it comes to play guitar. He has sort of that bluesy tone to his guitar style. So that was happening there in the music. And then lyrically, I also wrote everything in the States as well. And I was thinking about how we as people wear different masks for different situations. And we use them as a survival mechanism, to deal with the outside world when maybe we feel really sad and we feel darkness or guilt or something, and then instead of dealing with it head on, we buried it deep within, and we will never leave this, and that is, we need to deal with the sadness within and our history, and that's to see the future ahead and see we might miss opportunities in life, and that goes for us as people, like in general, countries. We need to deal with the past as well, and go forward, not stay behind all the time. So yeah, that's what we deal with. And then I write lyrics around these themes, Try to make them. I mean, they are very personal, of course, but I write them in such a way that I hope people can interpret their own meaning, whatever that means to them, because it's personal to you. It will stay with you, rather than I explain everything in detail and you go just like, okay, then you will forget about them. If it means something to you, then you will remember these things. So yeah. Yeah.
I feel like vocally you've almost like stepped up to a new level. There's some, really great vocal lines on the album. Have you been, do you think you've like improved over the last few years as a vocalist? Because I feel like it's really come a long way.
Yeah, I started the previous album when we started working with Howard Benson. He told me like, I usually send the guys I'm working with, the vocalists for my band. So I send them to vocal coach, so they are more ready when it's time to record. Because I never had any real lessons in the past. I was like, oh no, I know best. You know, I have my homeschool technique and that works for me. So you know, fuck it. You know, and I saw myself be behind the piano. Like someone is just playing piano and I'm doing scales up and down, up and down. I was like, nah, that's nothing for me. But then he convinced me, so I went, and I actually had a really, really good time. And it was so much more than just doing these scales, and it was just like understanding your instrument and understand whatever goes around you all day long. When it's time to perform, that will affect it somehow. And he learned me a lot how to think and breathe and how to approach different parts of songs and what I should do after show and before show and stuff like that. So when it came to this album, I told my management like I want to do more vocal lessons with the same guy, and thankfully he was free, so I went to him like 3 days a week for 3 months, and it made me more secure about what I do, and then how I'm not trying to become a different. I still want to have my style. I still want to have what is unique to my voice. You know, I don't want to become someone else, but I want to grow as a vocalist, of course, and expand my vocal cords and what I can and can't do with my voice.
Yeah, for sure. Now, on the new album, you've got a few new members. You've got Bryce Paul Newman on bass. You've got Taina Wayne playing drums. What were they like to work with on the album?
I mean, they're great. They don't record or write much. Tanner played on 2 songs. The drums are done by Joe, who was with us before, but Joe was having a lot of back pains. So we knew already coming into the album that he wouldn't be able to continue with us, but he really wanted to record the album with us. So we said, okay, of course we should do that. And he wanted me to record as well, sort of like a grand finale in a way for him. But I mean, these guys are great. Fucking love those guys, and they bring a lot of energy on stage, and they are great people to hang out with and so on. But when it comes to the writing and recording, it's mostly done by me and Björn.
Oh, cool. I heard in the North American tour you had Chris Broderick, kind of best known as the guitarist for Megadeth for a while. What was he like to play with? I know he's a bit of a shred god.
Yeah, he's here playing guitar with us because Niklas had to stay home and deal with some personal things. We've known him for 17 years. He was in a band called Jag Panzer, and they opened up for us back then. So we've been friends since. And when Niklas called us like 48 hours before we had to leave, and he went to hospital, we had to, because we didn't want to cancel. Our music is made for 2 guitars, and we didn't want to have, one guitar playing and everything else on backing track. We wanted to, have someone playing it. We happily found out that Chris was free, and he quick came out, and we had a couple of days rehearsals in Austin before the tour started in Houston. And it's going great. He's we've known him, as I said, for a long time, so we know he will work on a social level, and guitar is obviously phenomenal. Yeah.
Now, here in Australia, I'm sure there's a lot of people that would love to see In Flames come back. Is there any chance that you're going to do a tour anytime soon?
I would love to come back very soon. I just don't have any dates. We love being in Australia, and people are super friendly, and I can feel that they really appreciate that we come from far away. And it's always good time down there. But check our website for info, and we sure let you guys know as soon as we have any dates. It will definitely be on this album cycle, though. I mean, we will definitely come down there for sure.
Awesome. And what other tours and festivals and dates do you have booked for 2019?
So far, we have all the way up to mid-August. We have a tour coming up in Europe with we have Norma Jean and Light the Torch as opening acts. That's going to be a lot of fun. And then we have the European festival circuits, of course. Our own festival in Sweden, Borgholm Brinner, which is the second year we put that together. That's going to be awesome because the bands we have there, it's all our personal choices, and you know, it's sort of my own best of tape at the moment, you can say, you know. So that's going to be awesome, and it's in an old castle from the early 1100, and the scenery is awesome. I want to travel to Sweden and see some amazing both music but scenery, and have a good time and celebrate with us and our fans. And they should take a trip in August to check it out.
Oh man, my birthday is in August. It's very, very tempting.
There you go. It's
yeah, if I can afford it, I'll definitely come over, see In Flames. That'd be sweet. Yeah, well, just one last question. I hear you're a bit of a whiskey collector and connoisseur. I was just wondering, what would you say your 3 favorite bottles of whiskey are for people to try if they're interested?
My faves are very hard to find because they are old, and you have to have luck finding them on an auction somewhere because you can't find them on the shelves.
Oh, okay.
But there's a distillery called Glen Ugi, or they don't exist anymore, and their 70s and 60s bottlings are amazing, super, super nice. And there's Bunnahabhain Old Acquaintance, that's from 1968. It's also an amazing bottle. And then, I don't know, a standard bottling, I mean, something that you can find all the time. A distillery would be Glenfarclas. They are doing amazing stuff still, and really quality. Even their standard bottling, like the early ones, are amazing.
Ah, nice.
Or the young ones, I should say.
Yeah, I've only became somewhat of a whiskey connoisseur lately, and the best bottle I know is Monkey Shoulder, but I'm sure that's a pretty common one.
Oh, yeah, then you have that's a blended whiskey as well, I think. So you have to have a great road ahead if you get into whiskey.
Yeah, and a very expensive road too, but worth it, I think.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I just want to say thanks, Anders, for taking your time out to talk with me today. I really love the new album. I hope it does well, and if you come to Australia, that'd be totally awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you very, very much.
All right, dude. Well, enjoy the rest of your day.
Maybe you should go back to bed. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I will.
All
right, man.
Cool, mate.
Have a good day.
Take care. Bye.